we're public servants. We issue rulings and we need to have credibility. We need to reflect the people. And I don't know how anyone would think that a non-diverse bench would have credibility in a multicultural society. The first thing that comes to mind is we've come a long way, baby. I came out in the 1980s, and it was a very different time. I was not out on my resume. We had a very small group at the University of Chicago, the LGBT group, and it's completely transformed now. So when I think of Pride Month, I think, yeah, that's partly how it started, right? I mean, Pride parades, people in the 70s and before saying, we're not going to be closeted, we're not going to be ashamed. And that's what Pride was in the 80s. Of course, HIV was rampant, and fear and hate was rampant. And so going to Pride Parade and also going to Pride events was a place where I would, feel safe. So my name is Mary Margaret Catherine. So I'm a long Irish Catholic family, very devoutly Catholic. And it was a long time ago. It was the 80s, and my parents were older. I honestly think they worried about my eternal damnation. They stuck by me in that they loved me, but they had a tremendous amount of stress about it. They didn't meet my wife for a long time. They didn't come to our commitment ceremony. Back then it was called a commitment ceremony, not a wedding. They worked on it when we had children. They struggled. But, it was also beautiful, right? Life is not simple. And, that's part of law too, right? Like, we're all trying to get it right, and there aren't simple answers. In the end, they came to love Julie, my wife, a lot, and they loved our kids, and they really came around, and that was really amazing. And that's why, you go to Gay Pride and you see the P flag, the Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, you just weep, because there are the parents who can come to a Pride parade, and you can't believe they exist. We are passing the baton to a wonderful younger generation, and they're not as patient as my generation was, and good for them. And so I guess I would just say, to hold our head up and step up and be there, because lots of us are vulnerable. I've always wanted to fight for the underdog. I was always interested in challenging inequities, and I thought that having a law degree would help me do that. Richard Rowland? That's my father. Oh my God. He's my guardian angel. He was a lawyer in Akron. That hung on his door, his law office. And he would be blown away to think his daughter was a federal judge. Blown away. Law clerks, I love having younger people in the office. They have a stronger sense of work-life balance. I think in terms of the LGBTQ community, that's true too. They're out on their resumes. They're very out when they come to interviews. And I love that. And I think that they should continue. It's not healthy. As somebody who was closeted when I worked, it's not healthy. You're constantly lying about, who you are and what you did over the weekend, et cetera. So I would encourage that. I just had a guy, actually, I was at an event last week, and he came up and he's out. He's he's at a law school, and he came up and said, oh, it meant so much to me when you got sworn in. Obviously meant to him that, oh, here's a gay person on the federal bench. Like, that's cool. That's great. It's a ceiling broken, right? And there's a path, another path, more oxygen, another path is open.